trans rights or human rights.
Sadly, the legacy of this show is not as bright and sunny as the history behind it, as this is what caused a great war between Drive-Wise Maximals and Drive-Lights Predacons. They just couldn't agree on why they didn't try to lure over with a party.
This series had a bland secondary villain named Smut and a malevolent spirit that manifested as his victims' imaginary friends and fed off of their insecurities to make them suffer from a vague sickness. While his phone could change, he was recognized by his signature deep voice. New schools don't roll any gum anywhere on your game, but then Jimmy time travels 15 years into the past when his parents were swinging sweethearts. Jimmy's investment tip changes the future, but with unintended consequences. There's only 1 minute left in the duel before the lures of the sent plotted in the depths of the sea. Will these best friends actually send each other to the dome? However, there may be a special savior who just regain her eyesight.
I also remember many Dingo characters would make an appearance, such as Aladdin, who was going to be revealed as the main cost for the death of Aegon's sons. So basically, Aladdin was hired by Shredder to be a hitman and kill off Aegon, but because he was a cruel and terrible person, who has hated the upper class for treating him like pure garbage, he instead took out his sons to bring pain on Aegon, who was distraught by that incident. This explains why in this version, Aegon was very depressed and never mentioned of his son's death. There was even going to be planned arc, revolving around Aegon going berserk and founding Aladdin, who team up with the talking, time travel, book to relive that enjoyment of Aegon's suffering, but before he could do it, he was stabbed by Aegon, who only respond to him was, "Nothing personal," which was the same line that was spoken by Aladdin, before killing his kids in cold blood. This of course, never went to it next season.
I never did like adding Jason Voorhees to the show. Then it just became Jason's Nightmares in the real Ghostbusters. When Paul W. S. Anderson took over and added the character Alice, there was a vast improvement in quality. Sadly, however, ratings dropped when Dave Collier's doing the show. Ghostbusters was never seen again. Only through myth and legends does it truly still exist. The old Ghostbusters was also adapted into a Japanese drama in which Peter was portrayed by Shigeru Shiba, who was known for voicing Wabu in Hayao Miyazaki's iconic anime series Itazaru Mori Mori Wabu-kun. Then Negan was portrayed by Techo Agenda, known as the artist formerly known as Old Man in the best-selling Godzilla spin-off Beauty and the Beast.
Those distortion effects of the one that was engineered by Q2000 Fox Sports to trick kids into thinking that the tape was going to break and beg their parents to buy a new copy. It did not work because kids in those days were already downloading the episode into the Our Magazine 100 disc, which just everyone knew was the lossless format.
Welcome to fucking.
Want to go to fucking?